Welcome back to the GIMP series for beginners, specifically focused for authors. In the last video, we opened GIMP and I walked you through the dimensions to use for the book cover. This is going to be the end result of the book cover that we're working on. So let's get started on adding the picture. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this dialog box that's called Open the Layers so that I can make sure that my picture is added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, Open as Layer. Do not click Open. If you click Open, this is what happens. It opens it in a new project. So we're going to click Open just so that you can see what happens. As you can see, it opened it in a different project. It didn't put it in our GIMP project. See, it's two different projects. So close that. Now we're going to go Open as Layers. So open as a layer, select the picture, and then it'll put it here. Now what we need to do is we need the picture to come within the dimensions of the book cover. So the way we're going to do that is we are going to click this scale tool, which allows us to scale the layer. We're going to make sure that our picture layer is selected. We're going to click the picture, and then a pop-up box comes up. What we want to do is there's a chain here, and we want the chain to link together. So click it so that it comes together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click and kind of drag the picture into the dimensions. So click and drag. Let me get my toolbox out of the way. And we just kind of get it into where the dimensions are. The reason I want you to click this link here is so that the picture kind of stays whole at the moment. So just keep dragging it until you get about right there where you see where the top of the dimension is for the book cover, and then pull the picture up so that it's bigger than the book cover. Then click Scale, and then you should have something that looks similar to this. So what we're going to do now, let me bring my toolbox back. We're going to move the picture, and in order to move it, you're going to grab the crosshair piece here. That's the Move tool. And then you're going to make sure that your layer is selected here in the Layers dialog box. And then you're going to click and drag it. Now, when you are designing your book cover, you're going to want to keep in mind the rule of thirds. And the rule of thirds are that the book cover is broken down, and I'm going to kind of show you this is not exact, but the book cover is broken down into thirds when you do this. And you want either your picture to take up 2/3 or 1/3 or more. And you'll notice, now that I've explained this to you, you'll notice in custom designed book covers this phenomenon more. Like if a heroine on the book cover is looking back, you'll see empty space behind her, or you'll see some sort of scenery behind her. So that it's maybe taken up like this, and you'll see this is empty. You kind of want to keep that in mind when you are putting your picture together for the book cover. That's why you'll see me kind of shrinking this just a little bit. And then moving it. Okay, what I did there is I unlinked it simply so that I could get a little bit more of the gray area here as the background for my text. Notice how I have a little bit more of the gray area, but the majority of my picture stays here at the bottom. Okay, so that's how you add the picture. This is how you scale it by selecting the scale tool. To move it, you select the move tool here, that's the crosshair, and then you just click your layer and then you move it however you need it to move. And these that I was using to explain the rules of third, these are like ruler markers. They help you keep your picture kind of locked in place. You can put them on the outside of your book cover. They're like boundary markers. And if you don't want them, then just click and drag them into the white. But I wanted you to get an idea of the rule of thirds. Okay, so that's how you manipulate the picture. That's how you scale it to fit the dimensions that you need. Now I'm going to walk you through how to save this project so that you can access it for the next video. So what we're going to do now is you go to File, Save As, and then we're going to save the project. So go to whatever file folder you want the project saved in, or desktop or whatever, and then name your project. I'm naming my project GIMP Beginner's Tutorial. And all of the GIMP projects save with this extension. It's an XCF. So once that's done, once you've named your project, click Save. And now it's saved. The name's changed up here. Okay, so you know now how to set up a new project, how to add a picture or a photo into the project, how to manipulate the photo to fit the dimensions that you need it to fit for your book cover. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up the font, change the color of the font, maybe change the font itself if after you put it on the cover you don't like it and you want a different font style. The one thing that I do want to caution you about in terms of the photos and the pictures, make sure that you are allowed to use them in your book cover or for your teasers. Some free stock photos don't allow for manipulation, and even doing what we're doing here with this photo is considered manipulation because you're cutting out the background and you're zooming in on the subject matter. Some free stock photos also do not allow you to add text. I use Deposit Photo and Shutterstock photos. simply because I've already contacted them and specifically asked them what license I need in order to use the photos, and I've explained to them that it is for book covers, that I'm planning on manipulating images. Am I allowed to cut the images out? Am I allowed to add text? And they explained to me which ones were allowed, which were the purchased ones, um, and that yes, that is fine as long as it's for my use. So just keep that in mind when you're going forward, to be very sure that you are allowed to do what you want to do with these photos, so that it doesn't come back and bite you in the rear end later. Okay, if you have any questions or anything so far about what we've done in this particular series, please leave them in the comment section and I will get back to you. If it's outside of the boundaries of this particular series or it's more technical, feel free to email me. My email is in the description. And again, I'll get back to you. If I do not know it, I will tell you I've never done this before. Give me a little bit to research how it's done, and then I'll walk you through it. I hope this video helps, and I'll see you on the next one.